Hello world, it's Dora, and welcome back to Sunday Scaries. So there's this book I recently discovered called California Native Gardening, a month-by-month guide by Helen Popper. Before you say it, I know, yes, I'm a nerd and a proud plant mom. But this book tells you everything you should be doing to your garden during each month of the year. Things like when to prep your soil, when to plant your wildflowers, and when to harvest your fall vegetables. It breaks it down so that you understand how you can work with nature to get the best results for your outdoor space. And I think the same logic can be applied to ourselves. How can we look to nature and work in harmony with it to cultivate and tend to our inner selves? Our inner gardens, per se? I struggle with this. Once in a while, I fall into a mindless spiral of comparison, working with social media's algorithm as opposed to nature's rhythm, especially when it comes to my career. What trends should I be following? Where could I be doing more in life? How many posts should I be making a day? And what do I need to do to stay relevant? This comparison often leaves me so disconnected from myself and from my own personal truth that I'm actually in my own season of life right now, and that's enough. More than enough. There's a time for harvesting and reaping the fruits of my effort, and there's also a time for growth, the stuff we don't see before the seed sprouts from the soil. Just like nature, we all have our own seasons and cycles. Think about how different the mind and body feel in the fall and in summer. In winter, most animals and plants go inwards and hibernate, and I often find myself doing the same thing. But when it's summer, I'm encouraged to be out in the world and socialize and connect with my surroundings more. So the more that we can learn to honor our seasons, our timing, and our cycles, the more harmony we can experience in our everyday lives. So let's take a moment to reflect on what season we may find ourselves in this Sunday. As always, let's take a moment to just settle in, taking a deep breath and closing the eyes if you'd like. Softening the eyebrows, the jaw and shoulders. And gently guiding our full awareness to this moment, to the body and to the breath. Being with each inhale and each exhale. And feeling that rising and falling sensation of the breath in the body. And taking a moment to reflect on where you find yourself this Sunday. What season of life are you in? Noticing whatever arises, then gently asking yourself, what parts of you need more nurturing? What parts of you are ready for harvest, ready to bloom and blossom? And what parts of you are ready to be let go? Just noticing and observing whatever comes to mind. And now just feeling the weight of the body pressing down into the surface beneath you. And when you're ready, slowly and gently opening the eyes. The plants in our garden need different things at different times. When they're dull, they may need some water. Sometimes they get too much water and we need to back off. There's pests you'll want to get rid of and weeds you'll need to take out. And it's the same for us. Sunday is a good day to get into the habit of listening to our bodies, listening to our inner nature, watering the little flower bed in our soul, and carrying that compassion and attentiveness with us throughout the week. We can always turn to the elements in nature for guidance on how to take better care of ourselves. What areas of your life require a bit more fire and motivation? In what ways can the wind or the breath create a bit more space in your everyday? And where can you start to breathe a bit more? In answering these questions, we can create a plan of action and tend to ourselves in the ways we need. And your plan of action can come in small doses. So for example, if you need to breathe more, take a minute in the morning to breathe deeply before you get out of bed or reach for your phone. And if you find yourself needing more guidance during the week, check out the Self-Love Meditation by Carlos in the Headspace app. Thank you so much for taking the time to check in with yourself today. I'll see you back here next Sunday when we'll start our first 2-part episode called Working for the Weekend. For more amazing mindful content, download the Headspace app today.